This is arguably the best smartphone camera, and it's arguably on the world's best smartphone. I'm Rob Wilson, you're watching the Video Gadgets Journal, and this is 18 quick tips to get the best out of the Samsung Galaxy S7 camera. The camera can be launched with a quick double tap of the home button on your device, even if it's locked. In order to enable this option, you want to go to Settings on the camera and scroll down to Quick Launch and make sure it's enabled on. Naturally, the device has a rear-facing and front-facing camera, but do remember when you switch cameras, when you start to mess around with a setting such as the resolution, you'll be changing the resolution for what current camera you are using. For example, the rear-facing camera has a 4K display, whereas the front-facing camera doesn't. So just be aware, if you can't find something, you've probably switched camera angles and not realised. When you have the camera in front-facing mode, you have the option to do a wide selfie. To enable this, go to Mode, choose Wide Selfie, and then when you take a picture, you just need to tilt the camera like this. That will capture more people in your selfie shot. For camera enthusiasts, you'll be pleased to know there is a Pro mode for the Galaxy S7. You access it by swiping in from the left hand side and touching on the Pro mode. That will open up options such as focus, white balance, ISO and aperture. Another thing to note is that while you're in Pro mode, you can actually save files in raw JPEG format. This option is only available when you're in Pro mode, so just remember that if you do toggle it on. As well as the Pro mode, you'll also notice some other camera modes that include selective focus, panorama, hyperlapse, virtual shots and slow motion. But you can get even more options if you want to if you choose the download option when you're in the camera modes, and you can choose from any other ones available from the Samsung store. Just bear in mind that if you do want any of them, you'll have to sign up to a Samsung account to download them. One of the more interesting modes is selective focus, which will take a picture and try and get everything in focus so you can switch it post picture. So I've just taken a picture of an Android doll and a camera lens, one out of focus and one in focus, and then if I choose the option to go between the two focuses, you should see that the lens becomes the object in focus, and in near focus the Android doll becomes in focus. So that means you can save a picture post taking it in order to focus on different objects. You can enable voice controls on your device, so it takes a picture when you say keywords such as cheese, capture, shoot. In order to turn this mode on, go to the settings of the camera and you want to choose shooting methods and enable the toggle here. It will also take videos if you say a word such as record video. One additional thing you might want to note when using voice commands to take your pictures is you might want to set a timer, which you can do with the clock symbol on the left hand side. So if I set it to 2 seconds and then use the voice command cheese, you see the timer and it gives you a bit of time to prepare for the picture. You can change the operation of the volume buttons on your device to do different functions with the camera, such as taking a picture. To set this up, you want to go to the camera settings, scroll down to where it says volume key functions. You'll have 3 options: take picture, record video or zoom. So if I set the option to zoom and then use the volume keys again, you can slowly zoom in and zoom out. The camera includes various themes and filters that you can access from the effects button on the left hand side and simply tap on the filter to apply it. You can also adjust the filter settings by the slider bars on the left hand side, and if you want to manage your filters, you go to Effects, Manager, and then you can toggle them off or move them around with a long press. And finally, if you want to download some new filters, go to Effects, choose the Download Manager, and that takes you to the Samsung site where you can download some new camera filters. Again, you will need an account to download these filters. A couple of things to note about the image quality and size. For pictures, you want to change the aspect ratio here on the camera menu. For video settings, you can go to Settings, it's the top option. And a few things to note: you can record in 4K on the rear facing camera, but that will turn off video stabilization. That's not available on 4K recording, but it is available on everything else. If you want to be able to review your pictures immediately after taking them, you can go to the camera settings and turn on review pictures. What will happen now is when you take a picture, you will see a pop-up like taking a screenshot, and if you tap on the picture, you can then edit it immediately. This saves you from swiping from the right hand side to show pictures when you don't have review pictures on. The Galaxy S7 does come with minimal video editing tools, but if you want more, you can go to Editor, and then in the bottom right hand corner you have this video editor option, and if you tap that it will say that you don't have the Samsung video editor installed, but you can download it, and this is a free download. You don't need to set up a Samsung account, and then you can do more fancy things with your video editing. Of course, there are more video editors on the Google Play Store. If you're going to be taking a lot of photographs and you have an SD card, then it's an absolute no-brainer to save all your pictures to the SD card. To do this, go to Settings, scroll down to the bottom and choose Storage Location to set it to Device or SD card. The S7 has adopted an interesting camera feature from the iPhone, which is motion photo, and that records a few seconds of video before it actually takes the picture. So if I toggle the motion photo on and then just do something in front of a camera, it's actually recording now, and when I take the picture, if I go to the gallery, you will see a symbol next to the still picture, and if I play that, it will show the motion that was recording just before the picture was taken. A second feature of the camera is tracking autofocus. If you turn this on, this will disable video stabilization, but what it does is track an object on your camera, so it's always focused on an object. If I tap on this Android doll and then move it around the screen, as you can see, the yellow box is tracking this as it goes in and out of the lens, and it still focuses on the object, so it's useful for live action pictures, maybe when you're tracking a dog or a sports event. And finally, if you've made so many changes to your camera that you're finding it unusable, you can reset everything to factory settings by going to Settings and using Reset Settings at the very bottom of the settings screen. If you want more Galaxy S7 tips just like this, then check out my full ultimate guide, which includes over 100 tips. Thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you all again soon. Enjoy the rest of your tech day, bye for now.